everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to Everlasting Summer. Let's just jump into it. Night fell on the campgrounds. I had been sitting in the woods for a few hours, trembling at every noise. The spot that I chose was far away from the path, so it would be hard to find me. I was keeping a few plans in my head for the time being. To try and run, to kill every single person in the camp. Well, that's a little bit drastic, but okay. However, on the other hand, one thought chased me, and I realized that I shouldn't behave like this because of some strange pioneer, or even because of that message on the phone. All of this was reinforcing the thought that everything happening here was far from normal. However, there was no proof that anyone in the camp had anything to do with it. I could have stayed here until morning, lost in my own thoughts, but I heard footsteps coming from somewhere nearby. Oh no. So you decided to escape after all? I turned around but couldn't see the pioneer's face in the dark. Of course. Nevertheless, I was pretty sure that it was him. I wasn't afraid then. More precisely, I was so physically exhausted that I was prepared for any possible course of events and somehow managed to reason appropriately and to maintain the conversation. I wouldn't call this an escape. I answered slowly, stretching every word. Oh, I wouldn't call this an escape. Huh? Then what is it? A tactical retreat. Brilliant! He burst into laughter. Oh no. Listen, why don't you tell me what's going on? Who are you and what do you want? And what you want from me? What did that guy tell you at the gate? It seemed that he didn't even hear my question. He told me not to trust you. I lied. But on the other hand, I thought that it was what he meant. Well, that's always the way for him. Running away, hiding. I could hear irritation in his voice. I am not sure what kind of circus you are running here, but I'm not going to be a part of it! Oh, why not? You're the star after all. I couldn't see his face, but I bet he was smiling. Oh, totally. Explain my part to me then. You know, I was like you in the beginning. The first time everything went peacefully. Then I escaped. I tried to understand what was going on, got mad and even tortured them to get the truth. Oh, kinky. He laughed crazily. Yeah! That was not crazy at all. That was just really stupid sounding. I'll try again later. I shivered. But it was pointless, continued the pioneer after calming down a bit. Pointless. And then I began to notice the lapses. At first I just heard their voices, from a distance and sometimes in my head. Then vague silhouettes appeared. Then they slowly took on physical form. And finally, they stepped into my world! I could touch them, introduce them to other pioneers. And they all were different. Different! Do you get it? Different! Okay, I got it. He started shouting. And it recurred again and again. You can get used to the loops, but... Then I learned how to get into their worlds by myself, to interact with the others. But it turned out that I'm not alone. There are lots of us. Today you saw at least one more. He fell silent. I didn't know what question to ask and didn't want to interrupt his story, so I simply waited. After a minute, he continued. It's not that simple, of course. And it's not always possible. Only under certain circumstances. When you feel strong emotions, for example. I instantly remembered how I saw him the first time, the time when I did not feel any emotions at all, including the moments when you feel happy, as if he was reading my thoughts. I see. So you're trying to say that there are several parallel worlds, including the same camp, with its inhabitants, where I am replaced by you or that guy I met at the bus stop? Yeah, something like that. His answer didn't surprise me at all. In the end, it's clear that whatever happens here is beyond the limits of human understanding, and his theory didn't even seem all that unusual. But you've said that everything recurs. Yeah, it recurs. And what will happen afterwards? You'll start from the very beginning. You wake in the bus, come to the camp, meet Olga Dmitrievna, the girls, electronic. Is that how his name is always spelled? Wasn't it spelled with a C? Like right there? Oh no, it's the Mandela effect. But if it happened to you, then why should it happen to me as well? It happens to everyone! Once again, he laughed hysterically. And how many loops have you experienced so far? I stopped counting them already. At first I tried to remember them though. Maybe a few hundred. No wonder, it was very clear to me that this guy was suffering from a progressing mental dysfunction. Clearly! But you searched for a way out, didn't you? He didn't answer. That's what that guy at the bus stop was talking about. Because he understands nothing, damn it! He shouted. Because he's just like you, constantly running away, hiding. What would you suggest then? If I had any suggestion, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you. Alright, but you were trying, weren't you? Are you trying to understand what I know, since I've been around here for a long time? Yes, cheerfully. Well, that's evident. Yes, I did try to run away from here. There, he waved towards the forest, is nothing there. Nothing but trees. When I had been walking there for several days and finally passed out, I found myself in the bus again. Same for walking along the road. It's endless. Talking to somebody about that is pointless. You probably already understood that by yourself. I did. I interjected. Even if you tried to explain your situation directly, at best you'd just be considered an idiot. What if you tried to not leave the bus? It's pointless. Sooner or later, you'll be found. I even tried to spend the entire time there. In the end, I fell asleep and everything started from the beginning. And what if you started by yourself and leave? No keys. I don't have any carjacking skills. A cursed cycle. Exactly! A long silence fell. Finally, I asked, and what about the people around here? Don't they raise absolutely reasonable suspicions? Suspicions? Laughter again. The only thing that is suspicious about them is that no matter how much you tell them, they stare at you with their eyes out on stalks. The people, I feared them at first too. Then I used them for different experiments. And now I don't consider them humans. They're all dolls, puppets. You can easily predict any reaction, any word or action. So they aren't worth fearing, are they? The one worth fearing is yourself, he said softly. Do you know how funny it is when human bones crack as they slowly break from distension? So hilarious! Looks like he's finally lost his marbles. Listen, I understand everything, but the other one thinks that's a bit much too. But it doesn't matter. Nobody but you is real here. The pioneer suddenly fell silent. Well, no, I don't agree with you. You're probably thinking, why didn't I check this all by myself, aren't you? Why didn't I try to reach the nearest village or town? Yes, I did have such thoughts. Why wasn't I suspicious? Why was I doing different stuff instead of searching for answers? Well, yes. Forget about it! That's normal. We all behave like this for the first time here. But how many others have you seen so far? Not that many. The pioneer was lost in thought. About 10 people, maybe. But I'm sure there are many more of them. And is everyone like this? In fact, yes. Only the details are different, but the main thing is invariable. There's no way out of here. And by the way, you're just like the majority of them. The only thing that differs is that you have heard everything from me instead of experiencing it for yourself. I don't know if I should thank him for that. Well, and what now? Nothing, he said shortly. What do you mean nothing? I closed my eyes and lost myself in thought. That was a critical mistake. When I opened The eyes. The eyes of my face. I didn't see anybody, just like the previous times. So it's clear what's going on now. But in fact, how could everything he said guide me to an answer? Yes, I'm not alone. Yes, everything recurs. But what's the reason for all this? And what is more important? Where's the way out? The only useful thing that I extracted from the conversation was that the local inhabitants were not worth fearing. And that was quite significant to me for now, since it was much better to sleep in a warm cabin instead of the forest. I sighed, took my things, and headed towards the camp. As I was walking, the conversation with my fellow sufferer popped up in my mind every now and then. Why did I not ask him about the message on my phone, and some other stuff? There were hints after all. Maybe if I had found some details out, I could have drawn some conclusions. However, it didn't seem like our meeting would be the last one. The lights were on in Olga Dmitrievna's cabin. I opened the door gently and went in. "Speak of the devil, here you are!" the camp leader said angrily. "Olga Dmitrievna, I'm so tired now, so let's put off the lecture." "Tired from what, I wonder?" "From everything!" I snapped rudely. The camp leader looked at me with surprise. I fell into bed without undressing. "Semyon, a role model pioneer shouldn't behave like that." "And how should he behave then?" "Well, not like that." The camp leader stumbled for a moment, as if struggling to pick the right words. "He should respect his seniors." "I respect you immensely, for sure." "Semyon!" The sarcasm in my voice didn't go unnoticed. "And now I'd like to sleep." "Wait, By the way, how far is the nearest town? When does the bus arrive? How can I even get out of here?" I asked in a surprisingly calm voice. There's no answer, and there shouldn't have been any. I said all this in order to get rid of her. "Why are you silent?" "I'm tired. Let's talk about that tomorrow." The camp leader got up and turned off the light. "Yes, it's all just like that guy said. Why did I speak to him so calmly and properly, I wonder? I should have been shivering from horror. That pioneer didn't have much credibility, but I had a feeling that he's unable to harm me. As soon as I thought that it would be a good idea to ask something else, fatigue overtook me and I passed out. Good job." This fucking music, though. Elevator music. Day 7! Woo! There's 13 days in this game. Boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, the mystery's just growing bigger and bigger. The bright sunlight was striking my eyes even through my eyelids. Then why is it dark in here? I stretched out lazily and quickly got myself out of the bed. It was 2 p.m. Wow, looks like yesterday really finished me off and my body required much more time to recover than usual. I had to stroll around the room thinking of what I should do today. Obviously, my life in the camp would never be the same again after everything that I'd heard from that strange pioneer. And if everything's just as he said, I have plenty of time ahead. I got my hygiene kit and went outside. Who calls it that? I managed to take only a couple of steps as somebody ran into my back. I turned around and saw Alyssa.
"Hey, be careful!"
She said indifferently and ran on her way. She held some kind of a bag in her hands. Whatever. Yet another ordinary day in this crazy place. I finished brushing my teeth and then spent an eternity washing my face with ice-cold water to bring myself to my senses and refresh my head at least a bit. I felt a bit better after that. Suddenly, hope struck me from nowhere. Ah! Oh God, why? The pain! It wasn't a hope that I'd be likely to leave this place safely. Rather, I just didn't want to believe that everything is as bad as that guy told me. Speak of the devil. Good morning. Heard a faint voice coming from the woods. Someone stood behind a tree. Why are you standing behind a tree, man? Get your ass back here. Get your ass over here, boy! I don't know, I'm talking like this. Morning. Are you ready? Ready for what? Looked again, and it seemed like it was the pioneer from the bus stop yesterday. What? Indeed, I was prepared for such weirdness today, so I wasn't really surprised and started this conversation quite clear-headed. You didn't believe him, did you? What are you talking about? Everything that he said. Alright, but what is your opinion on what is happening? I'd already distanced myself from the outside world and decided to treat everything happening to me just like a fictional film, not reality. Hopefully it would give me more room to move around in terms of situational logic analysis. There is an exit. There has to be, he said excitedly. I don't know, but I'd like to believe that too. If you just... Semyon! Oh my god, look at you, girl, with your black shirt and your black pants and the white stripes and them titties. See, I can mention the titty Celeste thing instead of the first. I turned around. Slavia was standing right next to me. Who are you talking to? No one. No one. What? Just talking to myself? I hardly think it's worth telling her about aliens from parallel worlds. She probably can't even see them anyway. Have you prepared already? Prepared for another hike? No! Today's the last day of the session. What? Stupid smile settled on my face. There will be a bus this evening. We're leaving. Holy cow. I was ready for even the most incredible of twists, but... Was this what that mysterious pioneer was talking about? Probably it was. Well, apparently I'll have to go for a second lap and live yet another week in this camp. But this time I know everything! I haven't packed yet. It's not like I have much to pack anyway. Okay. Slavia shifted her gaze. Seemed like she wanted to say something, but hesitated. Stop hesitating, girl! Well, I'll see you then! Yeah. I had to ask when we're leaving, at least. I went to the square with the intention of discovering that. There's got to be someone I know there. But believe it or not, there is only Genda waiting for me at that square. Probably all the pioneers are busy packing. I took a seat on a bench and just stared at the sky. Turns out that today I just have to wait for the departure, pass out on the bus, and wake up in this camp again, just like the first day. Everything was droning in silence. It's exactly that time of a summer day when the sun seems stuck in the sky, the birds and crickets have gone for an after-lunch doze, and the wind is saving its energy to deliver long-awaited coolness to people in the evening. It suddenly crossed my mind that I haven't just missed lunch, but I haven't had any breakfast either. It was ridiculous to search for anything in the canteen. Pioneers had surely cleaned up everything just before the departure. I scratched my head and made my way to Olga Dmitrievna's cabin. Surely there should be something edible in the table's drawer. Someone called for me just as I approached the door. Sure. Hey, I was right! There was a C! They spelled it wrong! How dare they! I don't really care. Shurk and Electronics swiftly approached the cabin. Are you already packed up? Already packed up, I answered, imitating him. You haven't quite been yourself the last few days. What makes you say that? How should I know? You'd know better. I mean, why are you so concerned? No reason. Real pioneer always treats a comrade's problems as his own. I cast a skeptical look at him. Thanks for your concern, I'm fine. There actually was half a loaf of stale bread and a piece of smoked sausage in the drawer. Stale bread. I've ate everything with deliberate pleasure, washing it down with smelly water that Olga Dmitrievna probably used to water the plants. Ew. Gross. Just as I finished, someone started knocking on the door. Come in. Uliana rushed into the room.
Oh, it's just you.
She said disappointedly. And who did you expect to see? Who did you expect to see? Yes, perfect grammar. A circus complete with bears? Uliana giggled. You Russians and your bears. I'm joking. Well, I mean, wow. I don't even know what I mean. Whatever. Just ignore that.
each of them?
Don't know. I shrugged.
Why not?
I don't know because I don't know. What do you want from her anyway?
Got to ask something before the departure.
Okay, I'll tell her that you were searching for her if I see her.
By the way, why aren't you packing up?
Like I have much to pack.
Well, see ya.
You should have asked when the departure was. I don't know why, but the departure, saying it like the departure, it sounds fishy. Something about camps and departure and old times like this game is set in. Something is not sitting well at all. Welcome to my channel. I make Holocaust jokes sometimes. I mean, it's not really a joke, like, haha, people died. No, I'm just, it just came to mind, you know. Anyways, she cracked a sly smile and bounded out of the cabin, slamming the door behind her. And still, it's really strange that nobody seems to be puzzled by the sudden departure. Stop calling it that. And why am I the only one who was not expecting it? Like, everyone really cares if I've packed my things up? As well as that, doesn't anyone care that this is the last time we're seeing each other? Oh. The words of that guy in the forest yesterday. About all the camp's tendons being unreal suddenly sprang into my mind. Well, right now I'm more ready to believe it than ever. The desk drawer where I found my breakfast contained lots of odds and ends. I grabbed a pencil and a piece of paper, examined them for some time, and then slipped them into my pocket. Just in case! Just in case I need to draw a picture of a dick or something. I had no intention of watching over all the pioneers running around and packing, so I just lay on my bed and didn't even notice how I dazed off. ... It was somebody's voice that woke me up. Okay, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode of Everlasting Summer. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this and would like to see more of this game, then leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, drive safely. Bye-bye!